Hello guys of United Rock Nations. We are to the Hellfest and today we are in interview with ENTOMBED A.D. So nice to meet you, guy. How are you?
I'm good, man. Nice to be you too.
Okay.
Nice to be here.
So the Hellfest, you have done the show 1 hour. So how do you feel?
It's a really nice mix between exhausted and really filled with energy because I mean, physically it's exhausting to play the show, but it was really nice. It's always nice to play here in France. It's reception is always like overwhelming. So I am. It's like after a good fuck, you're exhausted, but still you feel really powerful, no?
I understand what you mean.
I hope you.
Yeah.
Right on. I think most people can relate to this, though.
Okay. So I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So about ENTOMBED A.D.
Yeah.
Nearly 30 years of existence with ENTOMBED.
Yeah.
How do you feel now, and did you expect to the success?
Ooh, I didn't expect anything. I think as many or anybody else that started out in this business, you start out because you're really into it, and you keep on doing it, and then to realize that, I mean, I'm not responsible for the 30 years, but I put my, at least almost 15 now, and it feels really good to be part of a institution. So to make a mark more than just like one hit single, blah blah blah, or something, that you actually been able to do this consequently for 30 years, man. In this business, this is a long time. So I guess I'm, in short, trying to say that I'm really proud to be on the ENTOMBED boat.
Okay. I want to talk about the first album, Left and Pat.
Yeah.
To the beginning of June, this album has 26 years, and you ENTOMBED influence other bands in the world, and so I want you, if you can explain this this phenomenon, ENTOMBED.
Well, I think it's as with any musical phenomenon, it's really impossible to explain it unless you were there at the time when it hit. Because my only reference I can give is when I heard the first Black Sabbath album and the Black Sabbath song for the first time. I don't know when and how it was, but all I knew was like, okay, something fucking changed now, forever. And but I don't think Black Sabbath felt like this. They're just trying to make the best riff they can, and then 30 years down the line, you realize that they changed the direction of musical fucking consequence.
Yes.
But I think even if you ask anyone today, whatever you do, you just do it really spontaneously and try to make it as good as possible today, now. So, and that's, if you make that happen, it's like making a good meal. I cook you the best spaghetti today, and if you're happy with it, great. Okay. That's the only ambition I have, that you that's gonna eat it.
Yes.
But then 30 years down the line, when someone goes like, this is the best spaghetti, or best, it's like, it's really impossible, I think, to relate to. You did then as you do today. You just try to come up with the best shit possible at this moment. You know what I mean? So it's really, I think it's really, it's in the eye of the beholder. So to ask, I mean, I wasn't responsible for it, but to ask anyone what was it that made it different, it's like, I don't know. We just did our best, but for some reason we were in the right time and place, and it sounded different. But it's like, no, I think the short answer is like, for me or for anyone responsible, we don't know. We do the same thing. We just try to make the best food as we can every day, and then if you find it to be a classic, or anyone after 30 years, then it's like, it's a huge honor, but I cannot explain why, man, because I was just trying to make pasta as always, you know what I mean?
This is your way.
Yeah, that's what I do.
This is your way.
Yeah, we just make that music and then, you know, as good as possible. And I know for a fact that a lot of my favorite music that has like this echoes of fucking legend and whatever, and it's lots of mistakes. And I find out that one of my favorite guitar solos on Motorhead album is fucking Filthy passing out. So he drops dead in the studio, and there's just feedback, and I'm like loving it. And it's nothing but a complete fucking fuck up.
Okay.
But for me, the memory and the greatness of that feedback is like, this is art. But when they made it, it was just a drunken idiot passing out in the studio. It was a mistake, you know?
Okay.
So it's, you know what I mean? It's like, it's in the eye of the beholder.
Okay, thank you. So, I have a question about Entombed A.D. and the last album, Dead Down. I found it's always old school death metal, but I found it more darker than before. Could you explain to me how do you do to compose this album? What is inspiration, and how do you work together to make Dead Down?
Well, I would say that we try to think as little as possible about how it's supposed to be, and just trying to make it how it feels that it should be. Process is really like someone has something, someone comes up with like, you know, a riff or a fucking beat, or so you have something to start with, and then we work a lot together. Because I think that if you don't have like a set out songwriter of the band, if it's not like a lot of death metal, it's a lot about, you know, the riffs, how it's put together. It's like a complete package. It's not so much a person expressing how he feels with an acoustic guitar, so to speak. We work a lot together to like, so for me, for instance, if I have a riff, I put a lot of work into making sure that Olle, the drummer, plays the way I want, but the way he does it. So I don't tell him, play like this, okay, but play so that it feels like this, but your own way. And I think if it's really good to work with what you have. If you have a lot of potential and really good musicians, it's really nice to use that more than just to be the fucking general. That you know, like a military, you have a general telling the guy. But in music, I think it's much better if everybody talks. You sort of always need a general, and there's always needs to be some people needs to know their places. But I think if you have musicians with a really good self-confidence, they know their place. So it's like, it's not going to be a debate. And if you have this, you could really use it much more.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's like having a sous chef with a mind of his own. It's like, yeah, but
okay, you
know what I mean? It's even though you have to, everybody has to check on everybody so that the whole menu is perfect. But it's when people are really, really competent, less is more sometimes to tell them.
Thank you very much.